Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of From the Pages of WWF Magazine. I am Anthony, this is Collectors Entertainment Network, and we are going to take a look at the June 1987 issue of WWF Magazine. But before we get into that, I'd like to ask you to please like, please comment, please share, and definitely please subscribe. I'd love to have you back here on the channel. Okay, June 1987 issue, very important issue. This has all the results from WrestleMania 3. And this is the first monthly issue. Right there, the big monthly stamp. This magazine is in rough shape. I know, it's got missing stuff going on. If I can get one, a new one, before I get this video uploaded, I will edit some footage in of the new one somewhere in there. Not exactly sure. But we're going to film it. We're going to take a look. And again, if I can get it in, I'll fit it in. All right, but for now, let's get into the pages of June 1987 issue of WWF Magazine. Alright guys, this is the June 1987 issue, and it's beat up. And I've already gotten an order in on eBay, and hopefully by the time this airs, I will have a new copy of this, and I will edit it in. I'm just going to show you the copy that I had as a kid, because it is quite messed up. You got the cover and it's supposed to open and it folds out, but that's not what it is. Someone put it on the back. Now I got this as a kid from one of my friends, this is the way I got it. I didn't do this, so that is the way it is currently, but hopefully I will have a new copy here soon before this adds that I can edit in right now. Alright, it is me from the future. I was able to pick up this issue of WWF Magazine on eBay and get it here before this episode dropped. So here is the cover. You have June 1987, and this is what it should actually look like. You will see the fold out. That's the way it should look. And then this fold out obviously continues. I will slide this over. And that is where the WrestleMania 3 card should be. And I will show you this on this way, complete how that is supposed to look. So that is the cover. I will edit in the correct back cover at the end of the video. Alright, so here we go. Here, I got this April 15th, 1989. I used to write stuff in when I got it. So that is when I got this issue. We are going to go here. Publisher's note. And the ice cream bar. See, this is coming apart. So I'm going to show you this quickly. Here you go. Fan forum. WWF Lowdown. You've got Honky Tonk, you've got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, you've got Tom McGee, and you've got Jake the Snake Roberts. Around the Ring and WWF List of Wrestlers Heroes. Pitt's replacement has them panting. This was what, Missy Hyatt, who didn't. I don't even. Did it ever air? I don't even remember them being on. But if they were, it wasn't very long. Oh, and here's the action line. Usually it's on the inside cover, but I guess with this special kind of cover, they had to change things up a little bit. WWF interview, a talk with the Wizard. And I think there's an editor's note here that basically he has left, but they still do the interview, which is kind of funny because I doubt the interview is even real. But they still, maybe, sort of like a on his way out, and they can sort of explain where he's gone and how his guys are going to Mr. Fuji. Have to read the interview. I don't know if they mention that in the interview or if he's talking as if he's going to be there forever. And here we go. WrestleMania 3, March 29th, 1987. Pontiac, Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan. Hulk Hogan vs. Andre the Giant. every time I see that photo here of the crowd, it just takes me back to that day when I saw it on pay-per-view. Didn't see it live in person, but I saw it live on pay-per-view. Of course, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Randy Macho Man Savage. That, I still say, is the greatest match of all time. It was just so ahead of its time. Roddy Piper versus adorable Adrian Adonis. See, that is not how Adonis looked at the end of it. He basically had, like, if you look at there, he had 25% of his head shaved. But then they did all that after the fact. Jake the Snake Roberts versus the Honky Tonk Man. Billy Jack Haynes versus Hercules. The British Bulldogs and Tito Santana versus the Hart Foundation and Danny Davis. And your WrestleMania III results right there. And of course, here are your celebrities right there. You had Mary Hart, Bob Uecker, Aretha Franklin, and Alice Cooper. And then Outback Jack. And it sounds like right after WrestleMania III, everything was about those Outback Jack vignettes. But he never really caught on. I mean, he got his own LJN figure, but that's about the end of it. He basically became he was a mid-carder and became a jobber before you knew it. And then King Kong Bundy versus Kamala. Who would win? I love how they take these, like, heel versus heel, and who would win? Get all the WWF news, subscribe, save up to 54% off the newsstand price. I remember just a couple issues ago it was saying save 15%. Now it's 54%. The 86-87 merchandise catalog. They're really holding on to this. I mean, we are in June of 1987 and it's still the 86-87 catalog. Haven't changed much. All these beautiful shirts. I've asked in the previous videos, do you guys have these shirts? Anybody have these shirts? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. The Hulkamania collection. All this amazing stuff. These Wrestling Superstars puzzles, the game, the lunchbox, the Coliseum videos. Gotta love it. And I want to get these mugs and glasses. I definitely want to get one of each of those. Here are your posters. And your Wrestling Superstars. Now it's surprising because by 1987 they had a lot more than this, and yet that's all they pictured. But that was all you could order from the catalog at that time. There is the 12-inch figure and the LJN ad for all of the LJN stuff. Well, maybe not all, but a lot of it. Here is a continuation on the article that started before the catalog. Of course, the catalog's right in the middle. Honky and Hart make music together. Here that goes. And there he is. Who's he fighting? Corporal Kirshner? I didn't even know Kirshner was still in the WWF after WrestleMania III. I don't remember seeing him at all that time. But he was probably jobbing the Honky Tonk Man, as it looks like. Lunch with Billy Jack Haynes. They're still doing that Lunch With contest. Speaking of, you've got Lunch with Hulk Hogan. That's the big one. Oh, look, he even got to meet Jack Tunney, the president of the World Wrestling Federation. Adonis scalps Beefcake. Goof by Adonis causes bad blood with Brutus. That's what started him being the barber. They were in like a 6-man tag, and it was like Adonis and the Dream Team. I don't know who they were fighting. It was on like Superstars of Wrestling or Wrestling Challenge, one of those two. And he thought he was cutting the opponent's hair, but it was Brutus in the corner, and he cut Brutus's hair. Then at WrestleMania III, Brutus takes the pinfall and Valentine and then Dino Bravo and Johnny V blame him. So then so they lose that match, and then later he comes out and helps Piper cut Adonis's hair off just to get him back. Battle of the Titans. This is the Battle Royal from the Saturday night's main event that immediately preceded WrestleMania III. Another piece of the hype machine. It was a very high-rated episode of Saturday night's main event. So they promoted that and basically used that as a promo for WrestleMania III. Yep. Andre eliminates Hogan. All part of the build-up to WrestleMania III. And all on network TV. It's basically a 90-minute commercial for WrestleMania III. And then the winner of the match was pretty much incidental. It was Hercules. I mean, it built him up for WrestleMania 3 a little bit, but it wasn't what the people were watching to see. It's Hogan and Andre. Dino Bravo and Private Eye. This, I believe, is a continuing column here after this, because I remember seeing that in other ones. Wrap up. You got some, Hillbilly Jim with some LJNs. You got Hulk Hogan with Dom DeLuise and Howard Finkel over at Madison Square Garden. And look at this. You've got a sort of sample of the WWF programs. This is cool. They did this for a couple of issues. Two, maybe 3 issues, and then that was it. But here's the program. And this is what the program was currently at the time. And it was just, it wasn't the whole thing, but it was a small sample of what the program was. I don't know if they needed to just fill some pages or they wanted to get people buying the back issues. Wrestler's Rebuttal, Why Americans Are Soft. That now is back to WWF Magazine. This is the end of the program sample. And then you've got some ads. You've got the WWF crossword. You've got Caught in the Act. And then you've got the back cover. That's here. And if I've got the new issue, I'll show you what the back cover is supposed to look like. All right, future me back again. Here is the correct inside back cover. This, obviously, we already saw, but this is what the inside back cover should look like. It is the ad for the Coliseum Video WrestleMania 3 video cassette. So that is what we are missing, as well as the back cover, which is just a standard Brute ad, which was very common at that time in WWF Magazine. So there is the back again, and here is the front. Let's get back to Past Me. Okay, guys, that is the June 1987 issue. Okay, guys, that was the June 1987 issue of WWF Magazine here on From the Pages of WWF Magazine. Again, I'd like to ask you to please like, please comment, please share, and please subscribe. I would love to have you back watching these videos. I'd love to have you commenting, hearing everything you have to say about WWF Magazine, your memories, did you have a subscription? Did you get them on newsstands? Did you get them passed down from your older brother? Anything, any memories of these WWF magazines. Okay, that's it. June 1987. Next week, we'll take a look at the July 1987 issue of WWF Magazine here on From the Pages of WWF Magazine. But until then, have a good one.